Welcome back, peeps. I've been playing other video games of late, hence the lack of content, but we are back with a very strong Strand Warlock build, capable of spamming Threadlings everywhere, causing absolute mayhem in PvE, one of the best ad clearers I've used this season, and overall very strong in endgame activities. This build fittingly receives the Threadling Queen title. There is no better Threadling build out there. Slap that like button if you do find this video informative. Let's begin with the core gameplay loop. Using a combination of multiple sources, including the Wishkeeper exotic bow with the Threadling catalyst, grenades, tangles, rifts, and finisher, spawn Threadlings that deal enhanced damage and travel at long distances, unraveling targets for even more damage thanks to the Swarmer's exotic boots. This build has infinite ways of spawning Threadlings, perfect for ad clearing and debuffing bosses with unravel effects, allowing for bonus damage during DPS. Let's break this all down, starting with Swarmers. Swarmers, the exotic Warlock boots, enhance your tangles by spawning 2 Threadlings upon destroying them, and also grant all Threadling sources the ability to unravel targets on contact with them, allowing for easy unravel debuffs on bosses. Then, when paired with either the new Dungeon Bow rolled with Hatchling or Wishkeeper with the Hatchling catalyst inserted, you will have an easy source of Threadlings upon landing precision kills. Wishkeeper has obvious advantages as it does 40% more damage than its legendary counterpart, and also spawns traps when its exotic perk is fully charged, suspending targets and stunning unstoppable champions. It also gains a 25% damage buff thanks to the Unstoppable Bow Artefact perk in endgame content, allowing it to easily one-shot ads in endgame activities. On the subject of weapons, Indebted Kindness, which I recently reviewed, one-shots barrier shields thanks to anti-barrier sidearm, and if you have it rolled with Bolt Shot, it can stun overloads too, making it a very useful champion utility weapon, also hitting considerably hard on beefier targets. Finally, any rocket will do, receiving an 80% buff against overload champions thanks to the Overload Rocket Launcher Artefact perk, stunning them in the process. In the gameplay, you are seeing a Braytech Osprey rolled with Bipod and Autoloader. Whilst it doesn't hit hard usually, it has 14 rocket reserves, and with the 80% buff to damage increased over Overload champions, it is worth using. Back onto the Threadlings, the core mechanic of this build, the following strand setup will enhance the Threadling spam tenfold. Threadling grenades, when paired with the Mind Spun aspect, allows you to consume your grenade and obtain 5 perched Threadlings. Advice is to not use this in combat and instead use it out of it, as when you get into a firefight, your perched Threadlings will unperch and start targeting combatants, ruining them in the process. Weaver's Call gives your Rift the ability to spawn 3 additional Threadlings, and any perched ones will be deployed alongside them. For fragments, Thread of Finality allows to spawn 2 Threadlings on finisher kills. Rebirth allows Wishkeeper kills to spawn additional Threadlings, meaning getting a precision kill can spawn 2 instead of 1, meaning Rebirth stacked with Hatchling. Evolution allows Threadlings to travel further and increases the damage dealt by Threadlings. And finally, Generation will generate grenade energy on damaging targets. Still with me and have questions about this setup so far? Don't worry, there will be a dim link in the description. Make sure to subscribe for future content like this as well. Continuing with the Artefact perks, Threadlings already unravel targets, but Wishkeeper can do it too, thanks to Unraveling Orbs. Picking up any Orb of Power will grant Wishkeeper unraveling rounds, allowing it to also spawn tangles. Dragon's Bite allows Wishkeeper to suspend shielded targets, whilst the most important perk is in the 5th column, Horde Shuttle. Damaging unraveled targets with Wishkeeper, whether the unravel is from unraveling orbs or swarm of Threadlings, can spawn even more Threadlings. With all these sources of Threadlings, you'll see a sea of green in ad-heavy encounters. I cannot tell you how many Massacre medals this can generate in Gambit. Yes, I still play Gambit. It has insane ad-clearing capabilities and keep champion stuns too. Its only real weakness is survivability, as this build has no woven mail usage, so it can be risky to use in GM difficulty, but still useful nonetheless. For stats, apart from resilience, spec into grenades. With max discipline and generation fragment, you should have frequent grenades, a key source for Threadlings. For key mods, to proc unraveling orbs, Strand Siphon will generate orbs, which also activates recuperation and installation for health and rift energy. It also utilizes grenade and utility kickstart mods for grenade and rift energy returns when using said abilities, whilst 2 bomber mods will grant bonus grenade returns on rift pop. A reminder, a dim link is in the description, check it out. That's it for this video. Bonus gameplay will play out for those of you that want to see uninterrupted gameplay of this build, but for now, that's it from me. Next up, the new exotic sidearm finally dropped for me from the Warlord's Ruin dungeon. I'll be spending this week messing around with it and hopefully have something ready by the end of this week. This was Plasma Alchemist. Your viewership is much appreciated. Until next time, see ya later.
Guardian!